This is week 5, and today we're going to be looking at marching on. So, on Friday, it would have been VE Day. That is, unless your calendar was one of the ones that were printed before they made the change, when it would have been a bank holiday on Monday. But instead, they moved the bank holiday to Friday to celebrate victory in Europe, 75 years. So that made me think we'll think of battles and winning the war. So I wonder what battles in the Bible you can think of. You might have thought David against Goliath, or David against the Philistines, or maybe Gideon against the Midianites. But today we're going to be looking at Joshua when he won the Battle of Jericho by following God's commands. This is what God said to Joshua in Joshua chapter 1, verse 5. No one will be able to stand against you all the days of your life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with you. I will never leave you nor forsake you. God said that to Joshua all those years ago, and he's saying it to us too now. His promises stay the same. So what happened when Joshua won the Battle of Jericho? Well, first of all, Moses' successor was Joshua. Joshua had followed Moses as his assistant for many, many years, and then God commissioned him. God told him 3 times to be strong and courageous. First of all, Joshua had to get the tribe of Israel across the River Jordan, and they did that by following the ark across the river, where God miraculously parted it so that they could get across safely. Joshua then had to send spies out to see what the lay of the land was like, and the spies came back and had a report on the town of Jericho, which seemed impenetrable with its huge walls surrounding it. And lastly, the Israelites had to recommit themselves to God, and they celebrated the Passover festival like they had done many, many years before. But then they were ready to face the battle of Jericho. The commander of God's army came and spoke to Joshua and gave him instructions as to what he had to do. They seemed really strange instructions. He told Joshua that he had to march around the city once a day for 6 days. 7 priests were at the beginning, blowing their horns, and the Ark of the Covenant was following along. On the 7th day, they had to do something a little bit different. Everybody was there. Everybody had to walk around the walls, not once, but 7 times. And on the 7th time, at the signal of the loud blast from the trumpets, everybody, all the soldiers, all the people, all the priests, had to shout as loud as they could. And when that happened, the seemingly impenetrable walls of Jericho crumbled down, just as God had promised they would. Right, this is our marching around the garden challenge. I wonder how long it'll take you to march around your garden or your living room. Let's see what obstacles come in your way. Right, so we're off. So the first thing is we have to go round this. There's a bit of a tight squeeze in the corner here. So here we go, round the corner. Now we're walking along the edge of the fence, which is there. So we're walking along. I have to go around the box that we've been putting all the weeds in. So round the box we go. Now to the edge, round the trees that are here. This is the eco pile where we put all the tree cuttings down to the back gate. So we go round here. This is all the weeds that we've been clearing. The pile of wood. Have to go around that. Round past the new rose bush that we found. Around the garden. Then we go round the green bin. Can't move that out the way. Down, round the garden. Now then, the washing line's in the way, so we'll have to go over here, step up, and step down, mind the blossom, around the watering can, round past the washing line, round past the shed, back, round, back to the beginning. Can you think how many steps did that take me? Is that more or less than walking around your garden?